Get everything set up here. Of course, commercials. Boop. All right. Get everything up here. Talking about crumble cookies. So hello everyone. Hello and welcome to Aren't You Exhausted? I haven't live streamed in a hot minute. Let me tell you what. It has been a minute. So let me go back to my full camera here so I can get some things turned around here. Bring up some videos for y'all to bear witness to. Hope everyone's holidays were good. Hope everyone had a fruitful Christmas and New Year. Everybody had a nice time, a safe time. Didn't enjoy too much on the New Year's, if you know what I'm saying. Amber's New Year was interesting, but oh, did she even post today? A day ago. Okay. And I see Obese to Beast has posted on Miss Amber as well. I'm gonna take my headphones off here a minute until people start coming in and we can start watching stuff together. I saw that Obese to Beast, I think his name's John, something like that. Isn't it John? Had posted a video on her today. Amber Lynn being fetishized, or fetishizing herself, my bad. He's really taken an interest in here. In Gruel World here lately, I'm kind of gobsmacked by it, if I'm going to be particularly honest. Yes. I switched to Diet Dr. PP for the fat girls. Where is everyone? I mean, I've been gone for a while, Chris. I'm gonna level with you. I've been gone, what has it been, like 2 months? And posted videos like sporadically since then. I think a lot of people have kind of just fallen off of my content, which is fine. I get it. That's what happens when you're not consistent. Yes, it'll be cozy. How was your holiday? Was everything good? Did you have a good New Year? Good Christmas? Go ahead and change things up here. Just you and your mom? That's honestly, that's how it needs to be kept sometimes. I feel like family get-togethers, they're fine and everything, and I love my in-laws because that's who I celebrate with now. My parents, well, I should say my mother passed 3 years ago now, and I don't have a relationship with my father. I just choose not to. He's not a good person. So I solely rely on any family interactions being that of my in-laws. And it was fine. We had, it was just a smaller Christmas. Everybody's kind of in like a blah mood. It was good though. We ate good. We had fun watching the smaller people open gifts. So it was fine. It was fine. New Year's, we really didn't do much for New Year's. We stayed home. We watched, yeah. I think this was the first year that we had like maybe 1 or 2 gifts between the adults, which is fairly small for what we normally do for everybody. Like, we didn't even fill stockings this year. It was just necessities. And then, of course, the younger kiddies got gifts like usual. I mean, it was a little under what they normally get, but honestly, the kids just aren't into like the little toys anymore. It's all technology. We got RC cars and games for their gaming systems. That's how it was for the adults this year. We weren't doing game or like big gifts. It was mostly if you could hand make it, great. Yeah, I started early. Saucy. We just gave like more heartfelt gifts, which was nicer. And then they did about the same for the daughter. It's just no one's stockings got filled because candy was like the last thing on her mind after baking and cooking for the holidays. It was the last thing on her mind is more candy. But I did get to watch Nosferatu. That was part of my Christmas gift from my brother-in-law. Was he bought my movie ticket and like popcorn and stuff for the movie to go see Nosferatu, and oh my god, it was so great. I loved it. Oh yeah, Chris, 100%. I prefer like stuff that comes from the heart anyhow, if you like really listen to the person and know what they're into. My mother-in-law got me art stuff. My brother-in-law got me tickets to the movie. It was amazing, Saucy. If you're into like gothic, dark, vampire, yeah, even though I wouldn't really say vampire, just monster movies in general. Like my husband described it as being a black and white film without being actually in black and white. It was everything had the saturation really sucked out of it, and it was very a period piece. It was great. Odd movie to release for Christmas, but I want to see it too. I thought it was great. I want to go see it again before it goes out of theaters, just because I feel like seeing it in theater did so much more for like the atmosphere. I'm in the middle of Cuckoo. I haven't watched that one yet. I got to watch The Substance, which I didn't enjoy. My husband liked it. I wasn't a fan. And once y'all see it, because I don't want to give any spoilers on it, once y'all see it, we can have a discussion on it, because I wasn't a fan of it. To me, it was not good. We also watched Smile 2, which I thought was great. My husband did not like it. Of The Substance. I just felt like it was so much kind of like a pretentious body horror piece. Like it was the quality was there. It's just, do I need like 50 million macro shots of people's assholes and vagina areas while they're doing workout videos? You know what I mean? It was just, it felt very filmed like for a man. And I guess that was the audience it was trying to cater to, because I just wasn't. And it's not even like I'm a prude and I don't like seeing women's bodies, but like seeing it like that, objectified for it was just not my cup of tea. And I thought that the horror kind of felt flat on it. It reminded me of a really bad reimagining of, was it called Brain Dead or Dead Alive? Pretty much a body horror, gory, bloody, older movie with pretty much the same premise, except it was somebody being infected from something, but still the same body issues. It was just, I don't know. I felt like it tried to mix so many different older movies that have already been done. Like I felt like it was Body Snatchers. I felt like it was a little bit of The Dead Alive. The makeup that they did on Demi Moore reminded me of The Witch from they really wanted it to have deeper meaning, but it was not. They could have outright done it in the early 2000s. Yeah. It was bad. And I was telling my husband, I was like, I know you enjoyed it, but I just could not get past all of the tight shots on the body parts. Like, we didn't even focus that much on the acting in it. The acting I thought was good, but it was not great. The next on my list to watch is The Heretic or Heretic. And what is the other one? There's another one floating around that I need to watch. Blink Twice. Is that the... Let me see what that is before I go making a fool of myself. There's so many horror movies out, and I'm so excited for the werewolf horror movies that we're getting this year. Oh, the Channing Tatum movie. Yeah, I wanted to watch that. Was it any good? From the trailer and the scenes that I caught on TikTok, that's how I found out about it, was TikTok. I was like, ooh, this looks good. It reminded me of Peele's Get Out. The lead actress in Substance got the role because of her husband. I mean, I could get that. I could really get that. Zoe Kravitz had the idea for a while. Yeah, I thought it looked great. I haven't really seen Channing Tatum in a horror role before besides, what was it, This Is the End. But even then, he wasn't like a villain or anything. He was a comedy piece in it, but still better than Get Out. That's definitely on my list. Oh, we watched Alien Romulus, which I thought was also really good. We got our horror movies in well after Halloween. I feel like I've watched more horror movies the weekend before Christmas than I did throughout October. I was lacking on horror movies this October. But then we have Wolfman coming out. Yeah, the parts that I saw of it were interesting looking. I was like, I've never seen Channing play evil before. But I thought it looked great. There was another... 25. There was werewolves that came out this year, which I didn't get to watch. Devour is on my list of werewolf movies for 2025, and Wolfman. Wolfman, I'm not as excited for. I think it's just the actress that kind of throws me, but I know she's been in other things that I've enjoyed. It's just I feel like she's really out of place for the character that she's supposed to play. It's What's Inside. That was wild. That's another one I don't think... I probably have seen it in passing. It's just I'm horrible with names. Like Lady Gaga playing the Harley Quinn. Yeah. I have yet to still watch that movie. I refuse to. I just am like, could they not have picked another? And it's not even saying Lady Gaga is a bad actress. I think she was great in American Horror Story. But could we not have had anybody else? Anybody, really. Another one that's on my list is The Front Room, the A24 film with Monica. Was that her name? The R&B pop star from the 2000s early. Brandy. Yes. Okay. Hey, I had half of the tandem right. They did do a collab together, I think a few times, but more so, The Boy Is Mine, okay? I have never seen her in a horror movie before. I'm excited for it. The bits and pieces that I saw in the trailer looked good. So I'm excited for that. What was the other movie that I watched? Oh, it was good. Good. I can't wait to see it. I have like a bunch of movies that my brother-in-law is supposed to download for me. Heretic being one of them. Because I super wanted to see that. I've seen like bits and pieces of it on TikTok and I'm like, stop showing me this movie. I want to watch it and like not be like led down a different path with it of not wanting to watch it anymore. Let's see, what else is coming out in 2025 for horror movies? Speaking of horror movies, the crumble cookie incident, Amberlynn, it being leaked. I don't know if the video being passed around is the full video. It seemed, for one, the video that I saw on Twitter, for whatever reason, has some kind of filter over it that made it almost unable to tell what was being watched. And then, it was all over Twitter. And I'm just like, for one, why are we passing around this video? I don't want to see Amberlynn's titties any more than the next person. I'm sorry. I don't want to see Amberlynn having physical relations with a crumble cookie. I happen to like crumble cookies. Not like that, but you know, they're okay. Some of them are okay. And I'm just like, the video and then everything coming out about, I don't want anything to do with ALR. She's even more irritating than, yeah, Chantal is a fucking train wreck anymore. Well, I say anymore, but like, I detest watching anything Chantal anymore. And it's just because she's so smug about everything. She is playing a part. People are eating it up. I'm done with it. Amberlynn is almost there, but I think she still tries bringing herself back into not being this specific person, even though everything else paints her that way. The account that they found of Tommy's Kuwait Argus yeah. The account that they found with people claiming that Emily, Tommy, is out here pimping out Amber on the feeder pages is, for one, a lot of those adult sites where you're able to sell content like that, you have to have an ID. You have to have actual identification showing that you're the person that is either in those videos or has given consent and gotten consent from the other person to post those videos. They don't allow you to just post videos of like random people willy-nilly. You have to have identification. For two, I'm almost 100% certain it was Amber, or Amber giving Emily permission to sell those videos, because the way she words things in her videos is very specific, and it's very I'm not gonna give you 100% that I did this, but if I was to do this, this is how I would do it. Yeah, it's 100%. She allowed this to be leaked. And her saying that it couldn't be Emily because she only showed Emily. Emily doesn't have the only people that have copies of that video are Alexis and Erica. And it's like, well, Erica's wife was also in on this. Also, you're telling me that you showed Emily the video that you made for another woman that you were seeing. Why? That is so weird to me. I don't know. Also, rumor had it that one. Oh my God. Also, like the leg picture that's going around. I know that's probably 30% not Amber. Okay, maybe a little bit more percent not Amber. But the fact that people are passing around a woman's legs that are riddled with lymphedema and rashes is just, it's really the icing on the cake. Yeah, that's also what I heard, Chris. And I'm just like, what also Amber sitting here saying didn't post the person. Yeah, they did start on Reddit posting it, and then somebody from X or Twitter posted that interaction onto Twitter to share with everybody, and then reaction channels got it and kind of snowballed from there. And I love how Amber went directly to blaming Erica, and like, Erica, why after so long would she choose right on Amber's birthday to be like, you know what? I think everybody needs to see the crumble cookie video. Why? Why then? I think they've moved past it. Especially because they have no skin in the game. Like, what would they have gained from that? It could be making Tommy jealous. It could be that Tommy's in on, or Emily's in on it. And they did this together and they're blaming other people to kind of get people to stop looking at them as offering it, because Amber will die on the hill that she is not into the feeder fetish. Yet she's 90% there. She knows that eating on camera and showing her full body on camera are a profit for her on her channel. And she continues to do it. She doesn't do mukbangs anymore, but, you know, eating on camera and moaning about fucking salad, or what was her other favorite thing? Salmon and mashed potatoes. Come on. Come on. Nobody eats like that. And the fact that she thinks that that's what she has to do to pick up views, that's the audience you're catering to, Amber. You're catering to people that want to watch you eat and enjoy it in an erotic fashion. Like, that is what's going on. And then the speculation and rumors that went around that Amber was supposed to be on Lol Cow Live, or what's the other drama page? The Lol Cow Queens. She was supposed to be on there. Never happened. Never happened. I tried watching once, and after Tina and what was her name? Becky started screaming at each other, I was like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm good. It's not funny. Yeah, it just wasn't good. Wasn't good. I don't watch anything Lol Cow Live related. Honestly, their whole shtick is just being aggressively contrarian. I only watched the episode that Feudy Beauty was on, and other than that, it's boring. I don't want this to pop on camera. Becky reminds me of Chantal if Chantal was less worried about what people thought about her online. I think Chantal, had she not met Sala, would be Becky now. Wendy says the best sweet tea. I didn't see that coming. I switched from my one soda beverage a day being Diet Coke to Diet Dr. Pepper. To me, Diet Dr. Pepper tastes like regular soda. There's like no weird aftertaste that Diet Coke has. Diet Coke has kind of like that chemically aftertaste to it. But I need some kind of caffeine to keep me going, or I just want to sleep. Low iron, gang. I've tried Coke Zero. I can't do the taste of it. And my husband swears by it. That's his favorite, like, sugar-free beverage is Coke Zero, but I'm like, I cannot do it. Whatever sweetener that they use, I do not like the taste of that. I would rather drink water, which is fine. Water's better for you, but still, I would rather just have caffeinated fizzy drink of some other type that I just can't do that flavor. And then Amberlyn posted today even. I will never understand why, well, I do understand her posting those clickbait titles like she does. Living life at 600 pounds. So you were 600 pounds, you are 600 pounds. How close to 600 pounds are we right now before we start the semaglutide? How close are we? Because she said she has put on quite a bit of weight, but doesn't want to give us a number because she doesn't want us to associate that with Emily's doing, which, Amber, we know Emily's not like force feeding you, but she's definitely not swaying you away from ordering out Uber Eats 3 or 4 times a day. She's not swaying you away from not finishing that chocolate cake that you salted to high hell to try not to eat it. My husband was like, I told him about that, and he's like, for one, if she's hungry enough, she is going to eat that salted chocolate cake. She's going to eat that heavily salted shit. And he's like, doesn't she put garlic salt on everything anyhow? Doesn't she salt the high hell out of anything ever? And I was like, she does. She does. And that's why her lymphedema is so bad. Because she over seasons everything. You have issues with water retention, yet we are eating heavily salted things and adding salt to things that it doesn't really need to if it's already got salt in it. If it's already a prepackaged item, you don't need to add more to it. It's just adding to your issues already. And I don't know about you. I had issue also with the semaglutide. Her going back on it and saying because it didn't work in the past because she had pre-filled syringes and they're less effective that way. They're less potent. And I looked up about it because I was like, what do you mean less potent? How would it be any more potent than if you were to get a vial of the medicine and fill the syringes yourself? Like, how I'm missing the piece where it would be less effective, one versus the other. The dosage was tailored to her. She's going through that, Chris, I understand. But she was getting from health professionals. She said she got from 3 different health professionals that it was less effective after 28 days. The dosage that's pre-filled in the syringes, the pens that she would get. And I was like, that doesn't make any sense why those would be less potent because they're pre-filled versus if you filled them yourselves. It's the medicine itself that is less potent that far out. There are issues with compounding sources too. They are shorting the active ingredient. Yeah, I was like, that, looking at it from a standpoint of, I only know food safety. I know little about the healthcare field just because my grandmother was a nurse for like 30 something years. My mom was a nurse for a while. She was an EMT for a while. I know little, but like when it comes to medicines like that, I'm like, common sense would tell you if you're getting it from a vial or it's pre-filled for you, it was still coming from a same source. When you pre-fill and you're using the same vial every time to fill your syringe, it's the same thing. After 28 days, it's less potent. It's going to be the same if you pre-fill your syringes or if you're filling them yourselves. It's going to be the same. It's coming from the same source. The medicine just loses potency after it's been made 28 days later. It's just, if that makes any sense. And the fact that Amber's like, well, I'm going to be able to fill the syringes myself, and my mom's of course gonna, is that the reason she went back to Oklahoma, so her mom would give her the semaglutide? My cat is on compounded thyroid meds. I can tell the mix changes rather drastically when I question a fill. It is the one they didn't send out to test. Interesting. I wonder if Amber went to this same, what is it, health spa, med spa, that she did the prior times getting this medication. I bet they love to see her coming. They know she's about to throw them some money. It may not work for you. Hello, Her Majesty the Spinach. Good to see you. Welcome. I am back. I have returned. Oh, Chris, 100%. Fewer questions than a real doctor would lay on her. They want just the bare minimum. They just want to know that you're going to pay them. You're able to pay them. And that's about it. Do you think it would be impossible to find health insurance? Not impossible. Would she pay more? Hell yes, but not impossible. Thank you. Happy New Year. Hope you had a good holiday, good New Year, good start to the new 2025. Welcome to the shit show. Also, crumble cookie. Getting back onto the crumble cookie. I know I'm everywhere. It's been a while. Y'all are going to have to listen to me ramble a bit. I'm sorry about it. The crumble cookie thing. Dove did a collaboration with Crumble Cookie, and I saw them in Walmart today. The first time that I came across them, they only had one scent in, and I think it was like lemon or something. And I was like, I'm not about to like go on a mission to find all these until they're better in stock. They had all of them this time. I was out shopping today. They had all of them this time, and I smelled all of them. They smell like ass. It's got to be the worst smelling Dove that I've ever smelled in my life. Horrible. I was like, for one, I hope that Amber bought all these and is disappointed, but then I'm like, that's a waste, man. They're just going to be thrown out. And then I'm like, who is buying these? They smell like absolute garbage. It smells like Play-Doh mixed with whatever scent they're supposed to be, mixed with body wash. It is a very artificial smell, and I was like, oh, the cake batter doesn't smell that bad from the deodorant standpoint, because they have deodorants, they have hand cream, body cream, and then body wash. The packaging does look ugly. Yes. I was like, all right, I'll give the strawberry shortcake. They can't go wrong with strawberries, right? They had a strawberry crumble, whatever. Also disgusting. Not one scent smelled good. And I'm just like, how do you fail with the whole package? Like, how do you fail at this many? different alternatives to the crumble cookies. If I was crumble cookie, I'm not, but if I was, I would be very upset because they smell horrible. Horrible. Worst smelling. Worse than when Dove did the, what was it, caramel apple or pumpkin pie. I thought those smelled atrocious. They should have collabed with Bath and Body Works. It would have been so much better. I don't know how you fail that bad at that. It was bad. My husband and my daughter are sitting there smelling. I was like, find one that smells good. Find one that smells good. We need one that at least smells good. And my daughter was smelling the lemon. My husband was smelling the confetti cake or whatever, the birthday cake. And then I was like, oh, I'll go with the strawberry. None of them. Not in any of the different materials. Not the deodorant, not the body cream, the hand cream, body wash, none. No excuse. I am highly upset, Dove, that you put out a product like this. Highly upset. And then I'm like, I was thinking about Chantal and her non-smelly self, because remember, she doesn't stink. She doesn't have the body odor gland or whatever. She was blessed with no body odor gland. Then showing that her family got her all perfume and body products and deodorants and like everything to make you smell good. And I'm like, I think they're trying to tell you something. I think maybe your sinuses from all the coke that you did kind of made you unable to smell yourself. I think I think maybe you have no sense of smell. You might be nose blind. I think I'm gonna smell blind. You sure have. You sure have. But no one else around you has, and they're trying to offer subtle suggestions to powder, spray, and wash your ass. Which is saying a lot, because have you seen that fucking man's feet? I've seen too much of that man's feet to be, it really is an issue. Twitter X really needs to put a stop to showing that man's feet on it. I don't know what account it is either. And it may be just one specific account, or it may be multiple accounts that are doing it. But somebody was spreading around his feet pictures, and I'm like, I don't get it. I understand why he had foot surgery now, though, because those dogs were barking. But it's a good thing we don't have smell-o-vision. Good Lord. Between his nasty-ass fucking feet and her no sense of smell, you make it sound like organized crime. It is organized crime. That is a crime on me. I do not want to see... Look, I have a foot thing anyhow. Like, I do not like feet. Feet are to be heard and not seen, in my opinion. I hate feet. Baby feet are fine. Baby feet are fine. Adult feet, no. Her feet just dropped my jaw. I didn't know square feet exist. How do her feet look like her? She looks like she has webbed feet. I'm sorry. They're webbed except for that separation that she has between the first toe and the big toe. The rest of it looks webbed. And having webbed feet and not being able to swim and almost drowning every time you're in water is also a feat in itself. Especially the fact that she should just float to the surface. Same, Her Majesty. I hate feet, man. That's the one thing that my husband and my daughter both know, that like if they want to get to me and like pick on me and stuff, which we do all the time together, they put their feet on me. I can't do it. She wouldn't wear 2 bolts of fabric just to swim. Yeah. And they make swimsuits, don't they? The hijabi swimsuits or whatever she showed us. Which is weird to me that they, like, why wouldn't they make it just one piece, like a bodysuit at that point? Like the morph suits. Just make it a morph suit. Just make it like one of these guys. Just a morph suit, the whole thing. Oh, I watched those too, Chris. I watched the podiatry ones and the pimple popper. Love those. I mean, Brioche, if we're going to be 100% honest, I don't think there can be anything modest on Chantal just because of how tightly everything clings to her body. Nothing is loose on her. Well, I won't say nothing, but clothing wise, nothing is, everything is form-fitting. Except for her vacuum mouth, everything else is loose. Is not loose. I tried to top Roblox feet and YouTube censored it. She sinks her own ships with those, yeah. It's bad. Good Lord. What else has been going on? Oh, another thing, Trixie. I don't know if y'all know, I am into drag queens, if it's not been made known before. Trixie Mattel and her boyfriend broke up. I was super down about that, especially since they just bought a house together not that long ago and renovated it and had like this whole show about renovating it. Soap and crumble cookie is just wrong. Yeah, it is. I like RuPaul, that's it. I know RuPaul had her own little thing on TikTok going for a little while. I don't know if she still has that. I know, Brioche, I was super upset about it. I was like, they just renovated that house together. Like, they just made it a home together. Well, I should say, Brian made it a home for himself, because that is 100% catered to Brian. I don't think David had much of an opinion on anything. It was mostly catered to Trixie. RuPaul taught me how to change a tire on TikTok. Wow. I did not know that. I know RuPaul's been in the game a long time, and I've heard a lot about them one way or another. She's like the dad I never had. Oh. I think they're in that same era of like Divine and, you know, kind of the Bunny. I think, is it Bunny? Something Bunny? In that older drag generation where I think RuPaul really played on their looks more than anything, but they were always out there. But the rest of them really did the shock and awe treatment. If I'm going to be honest. I love Divine. Very big fan. Loved the movies that they were in. They're still some of my favorites. By far. Pink Flamingo, high up there on my list of favorite movies to watch with people that have never been around me before. I'm like, hey, let's watch a movie together. An older movie. I just think that they've kind of run course and drag world, and that's kind of sad because a lot of them are doing like high fashion and stuff like that. And there's nothing against that. I love the looks that they do, but a lot of them aren't doing like shticky humor anymore. I don't know too much about RuPaul, but I was watching this show with my sister last year. RuPaul's Drag Race. I haven't watched that since... It's been a minute. Probably since like right before COVID. I like the comedy part of drag too. Flip here. What has... Oh yeah, there was another one I wanted to talk to you guys about. Have y'all heard anything about Molly Rudder? Those men who can't pass as a woman and keep their beard should be arrested for crimes against the whole idea. There's a few drag queens that keep their beards that I adore on TikTok, though. But they're not trying to pass as women. They're just... They like makeup. They like... Shudder. They like makeup and they're unapologetically themselves. I think most of them were like punk babies, to be honest. Very into the punk scene. Molly Rudder. Y'all, this is a new one. I don't think I've really covered... I think I covered her a little bit on one of the live streams before when she was pretending she was an SA victim while going on a date. And it turned out to be like promotion for a haunted house that she failed to tell anybody about until days later when everybody was worried about her. So already off to not a great start. Yeah, I need to do a more in-depth cover of her. I feel like she's definitely a good runner for entering Goral World. There are traits that she shares with our Gorals. Another one is Ashley Trevino, but so much has happened in such a short amount of time with her that I really kind of want to take the time to gather more information because I'm unfamiliar with her prior to the recent stuff that's happened. I know she's always been problematic online, but the more recent stuff is really, really bad. Molly is just narcissistic to a fault. Yeah, Ashley Trevino, I think she was just a young... Well, I can't even say she was a young mom because she's only like, what, 36, 35? And she has... Her oldest is 12, 13. So she wasn't like super young mom, but I just think she wasn't ready to be a mom. And she's still living in her youth. I mean, she's hanging around with people that are... who her daughter is fucking watching on TikTok. That is weird. Was hanging around her daughter's crush on TikTok, who happened to be a 19-year-old. Ew. Fucking ew. I'm sorry. Ew. Yeah, ew. It's very creepy. And it feels like she's in competition with her daughters all the time. Her daughters started blowing up on social media because of their mom. And then the mom is upset that they're gaining traction on social media. And I'm just like, for one, your fucking teenage daughter should not have a fucking TikTok account where they're live streaming all the time. I'm sorry. That is not, no. That should not be a thing. It opens them up for so much that they shouldn't have to be dealing with and shouldn't be dealing with as children. They're fucking kids. They're children. Your 12-year-old, 13-year-old, whatever, is infatuated with a 19-year-old. Spoke too soon. Infatuated with a 19-year-old who is claiming to be older online, claiming to be older to, I don't know how he went about this. Like, honestly, I'm so confused on the matter because apparently this 19-year-old was able to, with a fake identification, get a business license, get a liquor license for that business. And when it came out that he was not, in fact, old enough to do so, he lost it all and fled to Mexico. And I'm just like, right up her alley, because she's a woman that has dedicated her life to going after men that are in the legal, the judicial system, the legal system. What state? I think they are in, not California. What state is she in? Hold on, let me look it up really quick. Maybe Arizona? Oh, she's in Texas. She's in Texas. Fuck, she's in Texas. She's in San Antonio. I know a lot of people have covered her. The guy that went after Hannah Byatt also covered her and went after her. Sounded like that general area. For whatever reason, I thought California, because she reminds me of a lot of the girls that my sister hung around in California when my sister lived out in California. But no, she's not. She's Texas. But yeah, went and partied with a fucking 19-year-old. Everybody's speculating that she's on the booger sugar and has very bad coping mechanisms, constantly leaving her children with, I'm assuming her in-laws or her parents, and partying with these younger kids that are not even old enough to drink booger sugar. I'm surprised she didn't get in trouble for that. Having a bunch of underage fucking people in your house drinking with open bottles of alcohol and being caught on live stream drinking. I think the father passed away, and I think she has partial custody, because I think the parents have full custody. So I think she has like visitation with them, but she constantly leaves them with her, even when she's supposed to have them, mind you. Like they're there to see her. Christmas was horrible for them. I watched so many live streams while I was waiting on stuff to cook, while I was with my family. And her daughters were just wanting to spend time with her. She sent them to her parents' house, and she partied with underage kids. I not a maternal bone in that woman's body. You can't convince me otherwise that there's a maternal bone in her body. Bought herself expensive ass shit. Probably fake, but still, she made it seem like she had Louis Vuitton and, Chanel this, Chanel that, and then her kids get a fucking Five Below hair iron. What? And they never have like a home cooked meal. It's always Taco Bell or takeout of some kind. And I'm like, you don't have a job. What are you doing? You have all the time in the world to cook something. I understand if you don't know how to cook, but bitch, you've got 2 kids. Learn. There are recipes that tell you to a T what you're supposed to do. Learn how to fucking cook. I don't know. I never had kids. I'm too selfish. I'm not sharing my game controller. Funny enough, my daughter wants to play every game with my husband that he's playing. A lot of times it's not stuff that she can play. It's not like a 2-player thing. But he started buying games that he can play with her. She does pretty good for 6 years old, she does damn good. I will give her that. She's pretty good at video games. But my husband was also like, he didn't want to have kids, but stuff happens. Stuff happens. Speaking of which, he's live right now. We are doing our podcast tomorrow. I played against a 6-year-old I babysat. I got my butt kicked. She's pretty good with like the like fighting, like one-on-one games. And she's pretty decent at some of the like story-based games. We've been like inching more towards the story-based because she has to read to be able to understand what she's supposed to do. So it's helping with the reading as well. Sorry, I got a frog in my throat. Ooh. But yeah, Liam and I will be doing the podcast tomorrow. We're just going to record it. We're not going to go live with it just because we don't want any technical difficulties happening. And something happened to where it didn't record right. Yeah, Chris, that's definitely... Like, even my husband doesn't have a very good attention span when it comes to reading. He would prefer audiobooks over reading. And I'm like, I prefer reading. I can't do an audiobook. I don't have the attention span for an audiobook. Like, I have to read it myself. We started listening to an audiobook. We had to go a couple hours away. And we listened to an audiobook about... I think it was called Survive or something like that. I can't ask him right now because he's live. I often mute videos and just read the closed caption. Yeah. But the guy was stranded on an island. He was a doctor of some kind, stranded on an island with like a bunch of heroin. And injured his leg like a month in to where he had to self-amputate, and then was drugging himself with the heroin to keep from the pain. And it was just like him trying to survive the ordeal. He had spent months on this island with an amputated foot, eating raw like seagulls and stuff that would come to the island. It was wild. It was wild for an hour trip reading about that. Or listening, rather, not reading. All right, let's bring up a Molly video here from... This was from yesterday. I know she had a date or something today. Like Lighthouse. Oh, I haven't watched that yet, but I saw like somebody giving their review of it, and now I want to see it even more because it's like supposed to be a descent into madness, essentially. I've never watched Lighthouse. It's supposed to be like a descent into madness, and I was like, at first I thought it was going to just be kind of dark humor on the situation, especially because the one part I saw going around on TikTok was when, was it Robert Pattinson? The one that was on Twilight. is saying something about smelling like ball sweat and piss. And that took me out. That took me out. I was like, okay, I have to watch this now because I have to see where this context came from. Why this was said and like what was the situation surrounding it. Let me bring up Molly here. We're going to see her descent into madness. She's been on a dating spree here lately. I think she goes on a date like, I don't know, at least once a week. She has her own like little podcast thing on the YouTube, but I don't think it's doing very well. And I think this is just one of her getting ready things. There was no description added on this. I'm so thankful that people like just clip and then unlist the stuff and then post the links on Twitter. How Molly got her group back. Exactly. She was preparing for a date tonight and she was like telling everybody how bad she was cramping and on her period and that she did her makeup and did her hair and went against how everybody was telling her she should do her hair, how it looked better. And she did it how she wanted to do it anyhow. She's like, I like a side part anyhow. I don't want a middle part. I'm doing a side part. I think it looks better. Whatever. And then on a date, she's wearing this cropped hoodie with her tummy showing. And she's going to wear black leggings with it because she's on her period, she said. And I'm just like, you look like you put no effort into this date. If it's supposed to be this date and you're like making such a spectacle over it, doing your hair and stuff nice, why are we not putting more effort into the rest of the fit? I understand if you're like, maybe reschedule if your time of the month is that horrible. It doesn't sound like you're going to have a good time. I don't know. I forget the premise of this live. This was on the 3rd. So this would have been after New Year's. Her celebrating New Year's. I forget what she did on New Year's. But anyhow, getting into Miss Molly here. Also, we're sealing down here with Miss Chantal. We're comfy.
Well, I didn't expect it to be 20 minutes. Like, so she just called me randomly. Oh, thank you, Vicky.
Her classic mechanic outfit.
To be 20 minutes. She just called
her classic Canadian tuxedo outfit.
And tonight her mom's gonna cook like a big meal, and she invited me. So this will be good for me. I'm excited. Thank you. Yeah, I think it'll be good for me. Because she called me and she was like, so my mom's gonna cook a meal. Would you rather, spend the night with us tonight or tomorrow? And I was like, honestly, I'm in a really down in the dumps mood.
I honestly don't know, Brioche. She probably is. Her music kind of varies what she's into, and so does her way of talking. I feel like it changes depending on who she's talking about or who she's talking to. Like her kind of like Amber. It's just a subtle change, but it's a change. Oh, what made her problematic? Her dating stories made her problematic. She dated went on a date with a younger guy, complained about the age difference, but then also, yes, like Sagittarius shouty. I haven't checked in on her in a while. I really should. I wonder how the lip filler and everything's doing for her. Is she still getting the... I call them baby fat outfits, but I don't think that's really the terminology. But no one forced her to go out with him. Yeah, no one forced her to go out with him. Also, the fact that she asked him to do her taxes... after berating him for being as young as he was. And I'm just like, so he's not good enough to date because he's so immature or whatever, but he's good enough to do your taxes for you. So why not just hire him instead of going on a date with him? Don't go on a date with him so that he does your taxes. That's so fucking weird. But yeah, she likes dating younger men. They have to be taller than her. They have to be a certain build. She likes fitter men. She doesn't like, she has specifics that she likes. And I guess after a really rough 2024 dating, she's ready to give up men and go to women. Yeah. Red flags for emotional abuse. Yeah. Her personality rubs me the wrong way. She just is so bitchy. Like, she's such a Karen. Her name really should have been Karen. And you know, that's really saying something, because I know a lot of women with the name Karen and they're really nice, but she's been a real Karen. Just that description rubbed me the wrong way.
So I'm listening to my new Music Friday playlist. This is a new Lil Baby song called Dumb, Dumb, and Dumber, I think. I don't like it. I'm just gonna do simple makeup. I do like rap, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm glad too. I'm glad I'm seeing my friend too. And it'll be exciting because, like, I met two of her brothers when we were in Toronto. One of them came back to Buffalo with her. And then, thanks, Black Swede. And then I'm gonna meet her other brother today, and then her mom. I've never met her mom before, so that'll be cool. This one is Zerb, Ty Dolla $ign, and Wiz Khalifa Location. This one's all right. I don't know if I like this one enough to add.
That sign in her fucking bathroom, stay a while. Stay a while? To shit? To piss? Why are we staying a while in the bathroom? That's weird. She made it weird. Just put up a normal sign in your bathroom, like wash your hands, or we don't need to know that you have issues with a high fiber diet. I honestly don't know. She seems like one of those people that would just listen to it because it's what younger people. Well, she is full of it. This is Amberlynn if Amberlynn was small, like body weight wise. This would be how insufferable Amber would be.
Add to my playlist, but I like it.
Yeah, 100% smug.
Where you at? Where you been? Taking pictures on the trip with your friends. Bad all, we don't count it, just spend. Make our own, we don't follow the trends. 100 bottles on our own expense. Only live once, so we so lit. Let's take shots, don't miss. Pour 'em all out, then read the
Really deep lyrics to this song. Very deep.
more things that I gotta confess. Let's be honest for once and own it. Lose ourselves and live in the moment. When they doubt, we just show them. Private plane, we just floating.
But I like the beat of this one. put on my lip stain right now.
She reminds me of Demi Moore's character in The Substance, in the mirror, putting on that full face of makeup, gonna go out, wanted to feel pretty, and then she's got the same personality, I think, where she would just be like, wipe it all off. I'm not going. I'm not going. Molly does. Molly Rudder, the Rooter, does. She wants to feel something before she goes out. I don't get why people stream and say. Yeah, sorrow. Like, this is what my midlife has come to. Putting on makeup, listening to trendy young kids music, and discussing my dating life and how sad it is.
Ooh, I like this one. This is Hello High by Little.
And the fucking dancing. The dancing from the chin up, because she's not showing the rest of herself. It's just wild.
Little Sims.
She even decorates how Amberlynn does. The pictures on the wall, the towels done up. She's probably got a naked woman on her shower curtain. Exactly, Brioche. Why would you want to give such personal information to some guy that you are meeting for the first time? This is so Girl World coded to just fucking tell people your entire life story. She'll turn on the camera, have a wall of bodies raising candles. It'll be Yankee Candle though. It won't be Bath and Body Works. It'll be all, or Airwick. It'll have to be something different than what Amberlynn does, but it'll be all that.
I'm adding this one. I like this one.
With her TikTok shirt on.
Come on, little brushies.
Her TikTok shop shirt.
It's like Christmas decor behind me that I did a color by, not a color by number, I did just like a coloring page and I covered it up.
Also, something else that was wild that somebody said on the I think it was the Reddit page, is that she told somebody, like, got into a full-blown argument with somebody in the comment section about she was showing her Christmas haul, what she got for Christmas gifts. Is that all for her lips? Maybe maybe I'm the uncool one. I'm good with a lip gloss or one lipstick. She's doing too much. I mean, that's Molly. Always doing too much. She is showing her Christmas haul, and somebody gifted her like one of those cheap artist sets. Like, it's got the pencils and the pastels and watercolors and all of that in there. And she's like, I like to color, and I'd like to think I'm really good at it. And they're like, okay, you like coloring and coloring books. Like, great. She's like, no, I'm really good at it. And I'm thankful that I was given this because people see that I'm really good at coloring. And it's like, why are we fucking arguing about this? This is so odd. Why are you arguing with people in the comment section about how well you can color? It was a weird hill to die on.
I've never Little Sims.
It does sound very Amber. Did she just put a bronzer on as blush?
Thank you. I love coloring.
I love coloring.
Activity for me.
I love coloring.
My makeup is cool toned. The reason I don't do cool tone makeup very much is because my natural undertones are very warm. So I always just feel like more of myself when I keep my face.
What is with all of the dabbing? Is she finger painting her face? Is this a look through at how well she does at coloring? Because if this is it, it's not well. It's not good. Do you not own any makeup brushes? Amber Lynn will buy you some. She goes through them every time. She's an artist. She's innovative. She is putting orange.
Face really warm.
Orange.
Clearly, Little Sims is British. Right.
I feel like she's pretty pale, but let me go click on her her YouTube. Because I feel like that's pretty... She uses a better camera for her YouTube. Molly. Good Lord, Molly. Get it together.
Hey guys, so this is going to be the last episode of...
She's pretty cool toned. I think she's more pinky. Pink tones. Such a deep observation. Why is it autoing to... Weird. What is she talking about on this one? Her podcast is very weird. Maybe she's like the girls and just makes up the features she wants. Oh, 100%. Another thing that has made Molly controversial, because I know I haven't discussed much of her on here, is that she uses photos on her dating profiles of when she was much smaller and then gets upset that the men that go to meet her are not fans of the shape she is in right now. And people are like, yeah, because you're fucking catfishing them. You're showing them when you were smaller. She's like, that shouldn't matter. I'm the same person. Yeah, but you're also much larger than what you are showing on your dating profile. Like, why would you show pictures of you when you were younger and much smaller versus showing them what you look like now? And she's like, well, they should look past and like me for the person. It's like, okay, they can do that, but you know, the part of the dating world is also first impressions. Their first impression of you is a part of you that is no longer there anymore. It'd be that, yeah, she was like, well, I don't care if they're shorter than what they say that they're online. I like short men. It's like, I don't feel like that's the same, but also you would be like upset if a man came and was showing you pictures of himself when he was much smaller in stature or fitter, and maybe he's not into that fit lifestyle anymore and he's let himself go a little bit. Like, she would definitely not be a fan. She said herself she does not like bigger men. So her podcast is something else too. My hoo-ha is normal. That is the episode liner. What if he's bigger and closer to her age? She would throw a fit. She definitely would. I don't think she would be a fan at all. She would make a great Girl World edition. But we're going to therapy. She's used a matchmaker to match herself up. She does a lot of like dating stories on her TikTok, and it looks like some of that is crossed over into her podcast. I don't know. She's fucking weird. Oh, and she used to be a teacher. Used to be a teacher. That's great. I don't know if those two things go together. Yeah. Oh, Molly is wild though. I think the thing that she got the most backlash for, and it's not even the worst thing she's done, but like by far the thing that most people saw and disliked her for was the Halloween pretending to have been assaulted and then coming back 2 days later after no one heard from her being like, haha, teehee, it was for a promotion for a haunted house.
Yeah. Like,
and then I would post Beth and Devin stuff because not much has really happened with them, but they're really struggle busing. So the video that she posted, she was going on a date with this guy that she'd never been on a date with before, and she was supposed to meet him at a haunted house, and they were going to go through it. The video that she showed was showing her getting ready for it, and then on her way there, and then it cuts to a close-up of her with a busted lip and a bruised eye, and sirens going off in the background and the lights from the sirens shining on her face. And she's like, I'm fine. I'll let you guys know when I'm safe. And that's where it ended. And then she was gone for 2 days. Didn't talk to anything on social media, didn't say anything. Just when people would question, like, are you okay? Is everything okay? We haven't heard from you. She'd be like, I'm just now in a safe place. I'll post something in a day or so. And then posts and says it was promotion for, yeah. So a lot of people were like, that's so fucked up. So fucked up. Like, you can't do that. People were worried, like legit worried for her that she had been assaulted on this date. It was very bad taste. And she's just like, I don't get why it was bad. I told you guys it was a promotion. Yeah, after the fact. I told you I was going to the haunted house. Okay, you were meeting the guy at a haunted house. No one knew what happened. We saw sirens, a bloody lip, and a bruised eye. Apparently it was part of the makeup, the promotional makeup. She was supposed to be a zombie. I don't know how a black eye and a busted lip equates to zombie, but I'm sorry, that does not.
like, yeah, usually when I wear cool tones, I don't feel like myself. Like, even for my New Year's look, I finished it, and
I don't know, it's really weird. They all have lied about this. That is a running theme. Well, I mean, what else are they going to talk about? Amberlynn has, if it's not revolving around the controversy and what people are speculating about her, she has no content. her vlogging consists of her sitting down and telling you about something that she did, or showing her food or whatever where she's eating. I don't really consider that vlogging. And she can't sit there and say that that's what she sees everybody else that she watches do. It's not. People are fucking living their lives, showing you where they're vacationing, showing you their outfits that they're buying, showing you more of being like out there and living life. And Amberlynn is vlogging from a position on her couch or at a kitchen table in her girlfriend's house. I mean, at least the only difference I have with Chantal is at least she shows like when she travels a little bit, but it's very minimal. But that's really the only difference. They both feel, well, Chantal caters more towards mukbangs in a dungeon in her girlfriend's house. I don't know why I was also getting that like feel to her girlfriend's house, because it was always that rickety ass wooden table that she was sitting at and that poor chair. Well, Emily's always went for bigger lady, so we have to think that her furniture is sturdy enough for a like 1,000 and up, right? But that chair was struggling. And trust me, as a big girl myself, I'm weary of wooden furniture, or not wicker, not so much, but wooden I'm weary of. Plastic, weary. Her house is built for it. The house that Emily built. I really hope. Yes, she does. She really does. And she always, like, it's always, like Yaba and FFG that she goes after. Here lately, it's been that she did that whole fucking cunty, role play of knocking at her own door. knocking at the table and acting like it was somebody knocking at her front door and being like, oh, it's nobody. And it's like, Chantal, you were afraid your husband was going to divorce you and fled back to Kuwait as fast as you could. I guess Christmas was over and that's all she really wanted was the gifts, but still, the gifts and the food. I think she was actually worried that Salah was like gonna do the whole going through with it thing. It's so weird seeing their dynamic. Yeah, she definitely was doing something there. Those fucking live streams that I guess are now deleted, she deleted all of them. But those live streams were something else. How she was talking to Salah and the baby fucking talk. Ew. You're 40 years old. You don't talk to people like that. That's a fuck. You know who you talk to like that? Babies. You talk to babies like that. Not grown fucking dada men. Not fucking grown men. I'm sorry. That is so weird to me. Maybe it's another one of Salah's fetishes. Because usually, like, those kind of fetishes go hand in hand. Like the baby fetish, and is Chantal wearing adult diapers again? Is Salah playing into the diaper play? Is it his poo that he likes to put on people, or does he enjoy other people's poo? What kind of water sports are we talking? Is he no kink birds and bees? Because wasn't it speculated, or was it actually brought to light that Chantal was wearing diapers in the past? I don't remember if it was ever like came forward that she wore diapers, but I know it was always speculated, especially in some of her like earlier videos, because of her ass shape and her leggings. But that would make more sense of why he wants her so bad and tries to keep her in check. Good Lord. I love that the next video recommended is Chantal's video after Molly. Yeah, Chantal's jokes do have some truth to them. More often than not, they have truth to them. Good Lord. Nope, Molly is childless. I don't think she's ever had a long relationship, if I remember right. I'll have to look more into it. I'll do a more in-depth post on her. I'll have to go to the Reddits and stuff and do more digging around. I didn't like know anything on her until the whole Halloween thing came about. Like, I knew she did TikTok stuff and talked about her dating life, but I never knew how much of a train wreck she was until the Halloween thing happened. And then I was like, oh, what else has she done? What else are you doing, Molly? And so I started going and I found her subreddit and started going through the pages on that. She's something. She's something. And quite a few people on the subreddits, they record her lives, but they don't post them publicly is the only thing that bothers me. I think it's just because they're the copyrighted music that's in them, maybe. I don't know much of her origin story. I do not yet. I will poke into it, though. I know she was a school teacher that gave up school teaching for social media. And she became popular by doing her date story. Going to be good to add to this page just because she's had a lot of controversy, and her start on social media was because she was going after men that were inmates to date. She was like dating the pen pals, the jail pen pals. It's whatever. if that's your cup of tea. Oh, did the page crash? Oh no. But if that's... Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even notice. Like, nothing over here said anything. I'll fix it in the replay if it shows anything weird. But yeah, Ash Trevino is another one. Like, I don't know much of her backstory other than she dated inmates. It was like 1 minute. Oh my God. I don't know either. Because of Ash Trevino, I started watching that Love After Lockup. That is fucking wild. That is a wild show. I don't know how much of it is truthful, because a lot of those shows have some kind of scripted mess to them, and it's to make them messier than they actually are. But wow. Wow. You couldn't pay me enough to go on that show. Yeah, Ash Trevino became synonymous with the inmate. They call her Inmate Hopper on TikTok. Like, that's your moniker. Like, that's what you want to be known for, is the girl that dates a bunch of random inmates and marries them. I know it's a controversial subject, but I didn't put ads on this video. I can monetize it to where ads go in it, but I was like, I'm not going to do that to my live streams. My live streams are usually long. I'm not going to do that to y'all. Have you watched like 2 or 3 ads? No, ma'am. That's the thing, Saucy. Oh my God, I wish I could, because TLC is usually really weird about people recapping their stuff. But this one particular couple, this man and woman that were on Love After Lockup, ended up being a 3-way situation because the girlfriend allowed the guy to take on these pen pals and have essentially sugar mamas that would put money on his books and pay for all of his stuff while he was locked up. But he started having relationships with these women. They were coming to see him and were allowed visitation privileges to see him. And it was starting to have issues with him and serving his time. Like they were causing issues because of how much money and things that he was given in there, I guess, were causing issues with other inmates, and it was causing problems there, and he was getting into trouble. It's when YouTube places the ads that they're excessive. Yeah. For my live streams, I don't really see any need for it. For my video content, I'll place ads. My videos usually aren't very long. And when they are, like 1 or 2 ads, shouldn't be that bad. Again, I don't do this for like a full-time job. I just do this for fun. So this is just extra for me. But yeah, that particular couple on there, and then the girlfriend like wants him to walk it back and be like, I don't want you to talk to these women anymore. You need to cut them off. Yet he was having actual sexual relationships with another woman and was visiting him and giving him money for things. And he has feelings for that other girl as well. And he wants it to be like a 3-way thing. And they're both like, no. I mainly got YouTube Premium so I could listen to YouTube music uninterrupted. Yeah, my husband has YouTube Premium for when he listens to audiobooks and stuff on there, or for like YouTube videos. Yeah, conjugal visits. I'm wondering what he was in jail for. Like, was it fraud, or they never really say what he was in jail for, but he's been in there a while. Let me see if I can, will it let me play it?
This was me.
If I get copyright struck for this, I'm blaming what's her face, because she was the only one that likes to copyright strike me. I'm gonna have to play the ad.
Posting
No, the singer JoJo. JoJo has been the only one that has copyright struck me, and it kind of hurt me a little bit. Well, more so her team of people. It hurt my feelings a little bit.
During lockup. Bitch, we got 20 days. Bradley was my weed dealer.
How can we help you today?
Make me hot.
All right, let me skip through, because it's a particular couple. I haven't really watched any of the other ones. It's just these major ones. I couldn't think of her name, so don't be sorry. Don't feel bad about it, Brioche. I'm horrible with names. I really should do better, but I can't be bothered. I'm sorry.
start the conversation now.
Hello, baby darling.
Hey, baby. I do have a surprise for you. I went to an antique.
All right, so to give some context, because I'm not sure if anybody else watches this, they went through it too fast.
The prepaid collect call. You may start the conversation now.
Hello, baby darling.
Hey, baby. I do have a surprise for you.
All right, so this is the man. The man is in the center. Kate, the blonde, is his girlfriend. This is who he was with before he got locked up, I think. Then, after being locked up, she gives him the okay because she can't afford to keep paying on his books and putting money on his driving under the influence of marijuana. I'm sorry. What? 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 Anyhow. Anyhow. She gives him the green light to I can't get over that sentence. She gives him the green light. Obviously, he takes it to start collecting women to pay on his books and pay for his time in jail, essentially. And Kaylee, the sweet baby, marvelous woman, this tender-hearted woman who is unaware of the situation, is giving him money. Now, she does have a little bit of a backbone because she gives him money, but if he decides to spend it on something that he's not supposed to or didn't say he was going to spend it on, she doesn't give him any more than what she was intending on giving him. Kaylee found him through like the pen pal thing. That's how they started talking. That interaction. Very weird. Also very weird that they allude to them having illicit phone conversations. Sensual phone conversations. Now, what gets me is every depiction I've ever seen of people behind bars, and even my own experience with people behind bars and dealing with seeing people in that situation. How can he do that privately? Are you telling me he is having phone sex with other inmates surrounding him? How fucking weird is that? I don't know. That's just weird to me. And he seems to ask for it every time he's on the phone with her. He's frisky. At least every phone interaction that they've shown thus far. And it's weird. It's weird. True. But I feel like pooping and showering in front of one another is a little bit different than tugging on the old pocket snake. You know what I mean? I feel like there's a different level of comfort that is needed for that kind of activity. Yeah.
I went to an antique vintage store.
Or
I wanted to go and look at some wedding dresses. Would you go with a classic white dress? There is something just so beautiful about white. It's kind of boho-y. I didn't find a dress, unfortunately, but I found a ring, baby.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I love rose gold. It fits.
I love this girl. I think she has, I think she has the best personality, but I don't know what spell he has her under. He is not that great looking. I'm sorry. Not to have that kind of hold on her. She is out here buying her own wedding ring, looking at wedding dresses, and he is in fucking prison for a DUI after too much marijuana. I'm sorry. Nothing to that screams he is the one. You know what? He's the one.
Like the perfect ring. That's crazy. Okay. How much is this one?
That one?
This is so sad. There is some, I feel like maybe she has some kind of issues with men in general. And you have to. You have to if you're writing men inmates and falling in love with them. I think that's fucking weird. I'm sorry. They're in there for doing bad shit. You're gonna associate yourself with somebody that's doing stupid shit, like recently stupid shit.
Is gonna be 100.
Okay.
That is the lamest reason to be in prison. It is so
The haters and the people that say you're a woman, you shouldn't be purchasing your own ring. But my main focus is that I'm excited to get married to the love of my life. I love it so much. I just feel like it really, I don't know, it just really represents me.
the fact that this is the side piece and his girlfriend that he wants to continue a relationship with is telling him he can't talk to these women anymore, and he's still talking to her to where she is wanting to marry, like they're talking about marriage, and he's not shutting it down already. She just fucking bought her wedding ring. She's buying a wedding dress. She's investing, and you're not gonna fucking be like, pump the brakes. Maybe we should wait.
It's really pretty.
It's gross. It's gross, man.
Right.
Yeah. I love Kate, but Kaylee,
I would consider her to be my twin flame. I haven't had that in a while, so.
I'm really excited about marrying Kaylee. She's already got out, looked for dress, went ring shopping, but being stuck between Kaylee and Katie, it's a lose-lose situation, and either way, somebody's gonna get hurt. I definitely need to figure out what to do.
I got a little bad news though.
Oh.
No lie.
What's up?
So remember that ticket that I got from us having a little sexy time
Yeah.
for the video visit? Yeah, they added an additional 30 to 60 days.
Oh. That's why he got additional time. He got caught doing the do while he was visiting with her. Was it visiting or was it on the phone?
To my time.
Oh.
No. That's the worst news ever.
Why would he be stupid enough to do that? They record everything. You are in jail, sir. They record everything. You no longer have privacy. Everything is recorded. Dumb. He is dumber than a box of rocks. Not only because he got a DUI for marijuana and is in prison for it, but also, dude. Dumb.
I just want this to be over with.
Trust me, me too. But I'm hanging up, baby. I'm about to have 1 minute left. So,
Okay.
I love you.
I love you too.
Bye, baby.
Bye. Hunter and I do not have video visit privileges or in-person visit privileges as of right now because we've.
So they must have. Yeah, I hate him saying baby. So they must have had in-person visits, but because they were having relationships, because they were doing stuff, they got it taken away and he got in trouble, which I get. They don't want you to do that shit. You are in trouble. What makes you think you can have fun when you're in trouble? Additional time for jorking it. That's wild, but not as wild as why he's in there. So it kind of fits, man. It fits.
Done some things we should not do on the video visit. We've only had 2 video visits. The first was, I would say, rated M.
Yeah, everything is recorded. Calls coming out of their video, everything. Like, if I would be embarrassed for her because they also see you doing it. And like, ma'am, you had a bunch of fucking officers checking out your goodies. That's a level of hurting for a guy that I will never know.
Definitely showed off the melons and the downstairs a little bit. And the second time was definitely more like a mini porno. It sucks. It's because of that situation. We've just gotten constant backlash. So this process has been kind of never ending with it. So
they need to slow down for real. Like, adding time to this fucking man's sentence because you guys are jorking it for all of the fucking officers. Paying for your own wedding ring should never be a thing. I'm sorry. If he can't give you a ring, and like, it doesn't have to be expensive. I understand there's a budget. People have budgets. But like, if he can't give you the ring and propose to you, maybe he's not for you, my guy, my girl, my dude, my dudette. Maybe he is not for you. Maybe he's not for you because he's also fucking using you. But also, you don't know that yet. So once you find out, though, you're going to be really pissed.
Oh, yeah. It was definitely not worth it. 10 out of 10. Do not recommend. It's just annoying. I'm sorry. Can we take a quick break out of this bathroom?
She had to fart. He was doing it with others, though. It wasn't just her. That's the really shitty thing. There were other women, but they weren't. I don't think that they were giving as much as she did. And I think that's where she took precedence. And then he was like, oh yeah, you can meet up with me. You're willing to put in that work to meet up with me? Because she had to be able to visit somebody who's in prison. You have to go through paperwork. You have to go through a background check, like all of this stuff before they'll allow you to see them. So she had to go through that process to be able to go and have visits with him. I'm taking it the other women weren't willing to go through those processes, so they weren't as important to him. They were probably still giving him money, but he only kept her and this blonde. Isn't it usually a far drive if they're in prison? Sometimes it's not. It really depends on how big the town is. The small town that I grew up in, our jail was our prison. So you had to do something really heinous to be driven like an hour or so away to the bigger, more secure prison facility. So I think it just depends. But yeah, they pat you down. You like, there's so much restriction to visiting somebody who is locked up. And the fact that she went through everything. The girlfriend couldn't be bothered to, though. She's never visited him in prison. She pays for the collect call when he calls to talk to her. But other than that, like, they don't have that because she didn't go through any of the processes. She didn't want to. She didn't want to pay that money. I would, like, this would be my blow up point if I were her and I found out about this.
just want him to come home to me and for us to spend that quality time that we so desperately need. I don't want to live my life without him.
And like, it's so fucked because she thinks that he's coming home to her when in reality he wants to go be with that blonde. Well, in reality he's feigning that he is confused and doesn't know which way to go. But yeah, you don't know him. I kind of wish that they would show them the other parts of any recordings done for their episode before they'd film the next time, you know what I mean? So they can see what all was happening.
All right, Gabby from Vegas. So let's go ahead and pack your concentrate order. So our brownie
100%
stock today.
Well, that's heartbreaking.
Aw, I feel so bad for her. This is a nice channel. Do they have any other episodes, I wonder? Or was this the most recent? That was the most recent. So that was the most recent episode of that. But it's just sad. Like, I feel so bad for her. But yeah, that's a show that I catch briefly, and I'm just like, that's the only couple that I follow, though. The other ones are kind of boring, to be honest. But that was the one I was like, oh my fucking God. That fucking dick. All right. I think this was a good stream. I think this was a good comeback. Welcome back, Ashley, to live streaming again. But I think I'm going to call it here. I hope everybody had a nice time. This was fun. I enjoyed it. It will be more structured eventually, but I'm trying to get back into doing this. I took a break. But yeah, I'll be back around. We're probably going to do this I'm hoping it'll be on Friday nights, but it more than likely will be Saturday nights, just because I don't know people's schedules, and I feel like the weekend's a little bit more open than through the week. And that's about it. This was fun. Thank you all for coming and supporting and discussing with me and having a fun time shit talking. Thank you. We will. I think Liam is still live streaming on Twitch. I don't know what game he's playing though. Thank you. It's my it's my natural hair growing in. I don't know what to do with my hair now that it's growing in. Very curly. But yeah. That's it, guys. It was fun. Thank you. Thank you for your continued support. And I will let you know. I think I'm watching Heretic throughout this week sometime. So I guess next live stream, I'll let you know how I enjoyed that. Good night. Have a good weekend. And see you on the next one. Bye.